Hello all. So in our today's sessions, we will discuss about the handling unit. What is handling unit? How we are configuring the settings for the handling units, and what are the master data we need to maintain for the handling units, as well as the transactions. What are the different transactions we are going to perform with the handling units that we will discuss. So before starting about the configurations and the master data, let us discuss the exact meaning of the handling unit. What is handling unit? Why we need the handling unit, right? So let me start the slideshow. So what is handling unit? A handling unit is a physical unit that consists of packaging materials, load carriers or packaging materials, and the goods content therein. A handling unit is always a combination of materials and a packaging materials. Okay? All the informations contained in the material items such as batches and serial numbers is always available by way of the handling units. Handling units can be nested, meaning that you can also create new handling units from several handling units as often as you like. Handling units have unique scannable identification numbers that can be formed according to standards such as EN128 or SSCC. So if I'll just summarize what we have just read it. So handling unit is nothing but your packaging material plus actual materials. Okay. So in your organizations or in a particular business name, right? We need to keep our materials on some pallets or some packaging materials, right? So the packaging materials and the materials kept on that packaging materials. The combination of your packaging materials plus the actual materials is called as a handling unit, right? So if you need to ship the goods, what happens? You are going to ship the packaging materials. For example, this is the pallet, right? You are going to ship the packaging materials as well as your actual materials, right? So you want to track the complete informations, how many materials are there on that particular handling unit. That means the pallet as well as the handling unit, pallet as well as the materials is actually called as a handling unit, right? So you can track and trace the complete informations with the help of your handling unit, right? So this is the packaging materials. These packaging materials can be a pallet, can be a wire baskets or a box or a container, right? And plus materials. So pallet plus materials is actually called as a handling unit. Okay. Now, why we need the handling unit means what is the need to maintain the handling units in SAP? So many organizations are dispatching or shipping the goods or storing the goods with packaging materials as well as the actual materials. So we should know what is the packaging materials we have used, right? And how we store that materials and which are the different materials we have stored and shipped. So that complete informations we can track and trace with the help of handling unit, right? Now, let us discuss. So as we saw just that the packaging materials and the actual materials combination is called as a handling unit. So let us see now what is packaging material. Packaging materials are intended to enclose or hold together the materials that are to be packed. In other words, the material that is to be packed can be packed into or onto the packaging material. Okay. The packaging material can be a load carrier. The most important packaging materials include crates, boxes, containers, wire baskets, and pallets. So let's take an example. If you want to pack some bottles or some loose materials, then we can pack it in a box, right? Then if you want to keep our boxes or something, we do not want to keep our boxes on the ground, right? And also I want a facility to pick the materials easily. So I can keep my material on a pallet, right? So pallet is also one kind of packaging material. We can have the wire baskets. So within wire baskets, we can keep our small materials, small items, right? Or as well as some bottles or drums, we can keep it on our packets. We have the containers, crates, trucks. These are all the kind of packaging materials, right? Now, there is a concept of auxiliary materials. What is meant by auxiliary materials? So auxiliary material means to pack a particular materials, right? we need some auxiliary materials. For example, the paper bag. So this is the complete. Let's take an example. This is complete materials. We want to wrap it with the paper, plastic paper, right? Plastic foil. So we can wrap that complete material with a plastic foil. This is called as a that plastic foil is called as a auxiliary material. Here also, if you see in these examples, we have used this wooden plate or a plastic plate to keep a materials in a nice manner, right? So the materials will not be damaged. At the same times, we are actually managing in a well manner, right? So this wooden plates is actually, or plastic plates is actually helping to have the information, to have the boxes managed in a proper manner. So this is actually called as a auxiliary material. So this is also auxiliary materials. If you are using plastic foil, that can be also considered as a auxiliary packaging material, right? Now, okay. So now what we will do? Let us see what is the configuration required for a handling unit. Okay, and then we'll discuss further about the other parts, right? So let me go to the SAP. Okay. So first of all, I need to do some configuration. So I'll go to the SPRO, SAP reference IMG. Then I'll go to the logistic general. I'll go to the handling unit management. Okay, I'll go to the basics, and then we have option called define packaging materials, define material groups for packaging materials, and define allowed packaging materials. So these are the three important nodes we need to use it, right? So here we are going to create a material type, packaging material types. Okay, so by default, whenever we have the initial systems, we will get three default packaging material types: 0001, 0002, 0003 pallets, container, shape. We can copy and create a packaging material types as per our wish. What I did, I just copied one of the packaging material types and I created our own. If you see here, I have copied and created these packaging materials where I have mentioned plant determination settings. Plant is entered manually in the handling units, or whether it needs to be, plant needs to be proposed from the packaging materials, or plant determined from the first item that was picked. I kept it as a plant is entered manually in the handling unit. Whether it is a packaging material, whether it is auxiliary packaging materials, whether it is a means of transport, or whether it is a transport equipment, we need to mention it. Okay? So this is a pallet, so it's actual packaging materials, not the auxiliary packaging material, not a means of transport. So I'm considering it as a packaging materials. Okay. Now, how the number range will be decided means how the number range needs to be assigned to the handling units, right? So either we can maintain the number range in our systems. So number range interval will be HU underscore VEKP. This is the number range objects under which we can store our number ranges. Okay. Or else, if we want that our packaging materials, if you are using business with if you are using business, if you are doing a business globally, and we are shipping our handling units to the different countries and different organizations, and if you want to track and trace the handling units, which is defined by the international standardization organizations, then we can use the number ranges which is defined under SSCC. What is meant by SSCC? Serial Shipping Container Code. This is a 18-digit code which is actually generated with some combinations. I'll explain what is the combinations and all. So this is the unique identification numbers which will be tracked and traced during your e-commerce activities. Okay. So that we'll discuss HU type, whether it is a pallet, whether it is a container, or what is that one, that we have to define it here. We can create our HU types as well, and the internal external number ranges we can define it here, right? So this is the settings we need to maintain for our packaging material types. Now next, define material groups for packaging materials. So we'll go here. What I did, I just created one group calling ZMG1, that is a packaging material group 1. Okay. Then define allowed packaging material. So we need to link our packaging material types with the material groups. So we are mentioning this is the material groups will be linked to these packaging material types. So ZMG1 is the material group, packaging material groups will be linked with the packaging material type Z001. So this is the 3 settings we need to do it. There is a number range settings as well. You can see that one as well. Just 1 minute. So if you see the number ranges, we can define it here. If you want our system, means if you want to define it in our system. Okay. So this is the number range, we can define it here. Now, this is the configurations we need to do, right? Now there is a master data required. What is the master data? We need two materials. One is the packaging materials, another is the actual materials which we are going to ship, right? Or which we are going to store. So I created one material, that is a packaging materials with material type VRP. I'll show you what is that material and what is the setting I have maintained. So this is the material I created for a plant, EBR, storage location, EGSO, shipping channel, and the warehouse combination. So this is a packaging materials I created, and I have used a material type VRP, that is packaging. Okay. In this one, so I maintained my base unit of measures, my material groups, and most important, I have maintained what is the gross weight and net weight of this packaging material. I mentioned 2 kg is the gross weight. This weight is used to calculate the tear weight and the actual weight of your handling unit, right? Even we can provide our volume information. For the time being, I have not maintained this information. So here I can provide this packaging material is a group, is a part of which group? It is a part of ZMG1 group. So I can maintain that information, right? Then I can go to the sales view. In sales view, the item category group will be VRP. And then here in packaging materials, VRP material types, I have maintained the material group of packaging material ZMG1. It is coming from our basic data one. And I mentioned packaging material types. The packaging material type is Z001 pallet. Okay. And the total weight allowed on this packaging material is, on this pallet one, is 200 kg. So in one pallet, we can allow only 200 quantity, 200 kg weight. Got it? So this is the information we need to mention. Then rest of the views, I have maintained the similar kind of information. The only mandatory fields I have filled it. You can see it here. Okay. And I have saved this material. So this is one of the materials I have created. That is the packaging materials. Another materials which I created, that is the actual material. Then the actual materials, what I did, I just maintained the basic informations. Okay. So you can see in this one, I have maintained my basic information. This is the actually finished product. It can be semi-finished, finished or raw material. Okay. So this is the base unit of measures, material group I have maintained. I have maintained one quantity of this material is actually 5 kg. Gross weight and net weight. I can provide my net volume as well. I have kept it blank. Then the packaging material groups, I have maintained it here, ZMG1, because this material needs to be packed under packaging material. So that are informations I have maintained. Then you can see this packaging material group is coming from your basic data only. transportation group, loading group, these informations I have filled it. Apart from that one, if we need to maintain some warehouse, means if this material is going to be stored in a warehouse, so warehouse related settings also we can maintain it. Okay. So this is the basic information I have filled it and I have saved the my record. Okay. So this is the two master data we need, two material masters we need to maintain. One is the packaging materials and another is the actual materials. The packaging materials, the material type will be VERP. Right. Now, as we have the packaging materials as well as the actual materials, let us follow the transactions. So what I'll do, I'll just go ahead and create one of the purchase order. I'll go to the ME21N. And then in the purchase orders, I'll provide my vendor. This is my vendor. I'll provide my material, the actual materials, which I'm going to procure. Next, purchasing organization, purchasing group, company code, right? Plant, all these informations I'm filling it. I'm mentioning I need 400 quantity. Okay. So I'm going to show you the complete scenario with warehouse, without warehouse. So I'm going to purchase 400 quantity. And as you know, the normally pick and pack activities are followed with the deliveries. So we want to create an advance shipping notice, that means inbound delivery for this purchase order. So I'm mentioning my confirmation control category as 0001 standard, right? So whatever is the required confirmation control as per our configurations, we can set up it here. I have not customized anything, so I'm using standard only 0001. So if this all information is done, let us save the purchase order. So my purchase order is created. Purchase order number is 4500000047. Right. So let me copy this purchase order number and let us create an inbound delivery. How we will create an inbound delivery? There is a T code called VL31N. So I'll use this T code VL31N. I'll provide my vendor, I'll provide my purchase order number and press enter. This is an inbound delivery screen, right? And in this inbound delivery screen, we need to mention our storage location. Now, the first test case which I'm doing is actually I'm going to receive the materials in a storage location which is not a warehouse managed. So warehouse is not in picture. So this is my store location 3000. If you see, currently it is showing for put away, but no WM transfer record. Let me give my storage location, and it is same. It is showing no WM transfer order required. Right? I want to deliver 200 quantity. That means supplier is saying that he want to deliver 200 quantity. I'm going to receive 200 only. Right? So this is the information I have entered. Now I'll select this record and I want to pack this materials with the handling units, with the packaging materials. Right? So if you see here on top, there is an option called pack. Let us use this option to pack these materials in a packaging material. So if I go here, it will take me to the processing of handling units for inbound delivery. This screen will come. Here we have the materials needs to be packed. What is the materials we want to pack? And here system will ask us which is the packaging material you want to use. So my packaging material number is pallet 1, right? I'll use this packaging material to pack the materials, these materials, right? So I have entered my packaging materials. I have pressed enter. System has generated an handling unit by our number range setup. So I'll select this record. I'll select this record as well. And there is option called if full or partial quantities and all different options are there. Let me completely pack this materials into handling unit. So what happens? See, what we mentioned, the allowed weight for this particular handling unit is for one packaging material is 200 kg. The 2 kg is the empty weight of the pallet. The maximum weight we can accommodate is 200, right? So this material is what? 5 kg for each quantity. We want to store 200 quantity, right? So if I want to set up 200 kg in one pallet. That means 200 divided by 5, that is 40 quantities can be accommodated into one handling unit. So 40 will be accommodated into one handling unit. What about remaining 160? So what system will do? System will create multiple handling units until it is fully packed, because we are saying if full, right? So those many handling units it will create. So how many handling units it will create? 40, 40, 40, 40, 40. That means 5 handling unit system will create, right? Because one handling unit can accommodate only 40 quantities. 40 into 5, that is 200 kg weight, right? So let us see. Let me just click on this if full, and you can see system has generated 5 handling units. 5 handling unit system has generated, each having weight 200. So the total weight will be 202. Why? The tear weight is 2 kg. 2 kg is the pallet weight, 200 is the material weight. So total 202 kg, right? So our packing is done. We have packed the materials. Let us go back. Let me save it. So I'm saving my inbound delivery. So this is the inbound delivery which is saved. Let us go and change the inbound delivery. So this is the inbound delivery. If you see the following documents, what system has done, we created an inbound delivery, that is shipping notification. We created a picking request, and we have developed these 5 handling units. If you double click on this handling unit, it will take you to the HUMO screen. Not from here. Let me go back. From the pack options, if I double click on the handling unit, it will take me to the HUMO screen, handling unit monitor screen. And here we can see the complete information of our handling unit. Currently, what is the status? Physically exist. Only one status is assigned. Now what we can do, let us do the goods receipt. Because this is not required any WM activities to be performed, I can directly enter my put away quantities and I can post the goods receipt. Let me post the goods receipt. So I have posted the goods receipt. Let me just display this handling unit again. So you can see the overall put away status completed put away, and you can see the goods receipt has been posted in complete. Everything is completed here, right? If you see the handling unit status now, you can see physically exist within warehouse. So this is the status aligned to the handling unit, right? So this is a put away process for the materials with handling activities. Now let us do one thing. Let us create one more handling units. Let us create one more inbound delivery, but this time we are going to store within warehouse managed storage location. So let me show you my purchase order. So our purchase order number is 47. You can see we order 400 quantity. Until now, we have only received 200 quantity. So still there is a 200 quantity needs to be received, right? So still to be delivered is actually 200 quantity, right? So let us create one inbound delivery for 200 quantities, but this time it will be in a storage location which is warehouse managed. So I'll go to the VL31N. I'll give my purchase order number, vendor informations. I'll give my storage locations. This is HU managed storage locations. This is 2000 storage location. As soon as I enter 2000 storage location, you can see the overall WM status is WM transfer order required. And you can see the put away quantity field is now non-editable mode. You cannot enter it here, put away quantity, right? So now I'll select these records. I'll go to the pack activities. I'm going to pack this under my packaging material. So my packaging material is pallet. And I'll select these records and I'll maintain if full. So all these entries will get added here. So 5 handling units created, generated, right? And then I'll go back Let me save my handling. Let me save my inbound delivery. So inbound delivery 17 has been created. Let me just copy this inbound delivery. What we can do, we will go to the VL32N and I'll do the post goods receipts. So I'm doing the post goods receipt for this inbound delivery, and after post goods receipts, I'll perform the transfer order activities. Okay. So let me post goods receipt. So I have done the goods receipt as well. Let's see the following document for this inbound delivery. So you can see we have created the shipping notification inbound delivery. We have packed the materials and we have done the goods receipt, right? Now what we'll do, we'll create our transfer order because the transfer order is open. WM activity has to be performed, right? So I'll go to the LT0F, that is a transaction code for create transfer order for a inbound delivery. So this is a T code. My inbound delivery number is 17. So let me use the 17 number and I'll press enter. It is being processed. Let me go back. Yeah, so this is a screen of create transfer order for an inbound delivery. We can see 5 of our handling units showing here, right? Now what happens here? The handling unit is a concept of material management or logistics. When we talk about the warehouse management, the same handling unit is called as a storage unit management, the storage unit, right? So when we create a transfer order, this handling unit will be referred as a storage unit in a warehouse. So let me click on the create transfer order for put to a foreground. So you can see it is asking to create a transfer order with the first storage unit, so first handling unit. So I can create transfer order. If the background configuration is already in place, then what happens? System will take the complete setup of the means system will automatically pick your destination storage type and storage bin, right? Why system is considering 011 as a storage type? Because I have in the configurations I maintain to consider the storage type 010, and 010 is the ID point for the 011. So the system is considering 011, right? I can show that configuration in our warehouse management session as well. So I'll click on the create. Then next, this is for 81 storage unit, handling unit. I'll click on the create. Again, create transfer order for 82 handling unit, storage unit, create. Then 83, create transfer order, create. Then 84, create. So you can see 5 handling units. Now there is a 5 storage unit has been created in the warehouse. Okay, let me just save this record. System will give you the message that 5 transfer order created. So you can see 5 transfer order were created. This is the message we have received in the warehouse. So now if you see, if I go to the LT24 and if I want to see my transfer orders for today's date, all TU items for today's date, you can see for 47 storage 106, 107, 108, 109, 110. So this is the transfer order created where system is mentioning that this is the storage unit. We are going to picking from the 902 and we are going to place it into the 011 storage type, right? So this SU is nothing but the storage unit. It is actually handling unit in the material management. If I double click here, you can see this is the storage unit and this storage unit is linked to our handling unit. So same number 100080 is the same number is referred to for our storage unit as well, right? So this is the WM settings. Now let's see our inbound delivery, how it looks like. So I'll go to the VL33N again. And so you can see now the WMS transfer order is confirmed for this handling unit. So this is the process. This is the inbound process for a handling unit with warehouse managed storage locations, without warehouse managed storage location, right? So I'll just recap what we have discussed today. We discussed about the handling unit, what is handling unit and all, right? Why we need the handling unit. Handling unit is nothing but your packaging materials plus the actual materials is called as a handling unit, right? We have some auxiliary packaging materials, paper foil or the wooden plate, right? That is the auxiliary packaging materials. These are the various kind of packaging materials available: box, wire basket, pallets and all, right? And we discussed about the how we are going to create our packaging materials. So packaging materials can be created with transaction code MM01, but the material types we need to use is VERP, right? And you have to maintain the packaging material types and packaging material group informations in a packaging material, right? If you see here, I just mentioned auxiliary packaging materials include lids, foil, lining, and anything used to wrap or protect the materials. If the packaging material is struck, enter the ID means of transport, right? Then, okay, the number ranges point of view, as I mentioned, we have the two kinds of number ranges. One, system can generate the number range based on the number range configurations we have maintained in our systems, or we can have the SSCC number range codes. SSCC, serial shipping container code. So this is a number which is widely used across the e-commerce industry, right? And if you want the similar kind of numbers, then we need to contact international standard organizations and we need to get the number ranges for our shipping for our packaging materials, right? The SSCC 18 serial shipping container code is used throughout the supply chain as an identifier for the item tracing and internal control. In Germany, this code called as EN18 NVE. It is 18-digit number. First two numbers are the application identifiers of the EN128, right? You cannot change them; they are the part of the core. Then first digit of the data field is the extension digit. The next 7 digit is the company prefix. The following 9 digits are the serial reference numbers, and the last 8 digit is the check digit. So this is the one kind of barcode. If you scan these barcodes, we will get the exact information from which company this packaging material belongs to, and we can track and trace the complete shipping activities or trading activities with this barcode. So this is the functionality available. We will discuss this in our upcoming sessions. So this is just a part of our handling units in the warehouse, as I mentioned. I hope this sessions, I hope this is clear to everyone about the handling unit. This is the basic information of the handling units and the basic setups we have done with the inbound flow. Thank you all. Let us conclude today's session. Thanks for joining.